Good afternoon, Joanne. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you, Danielle?
Very good. Thank you so much for allowing me to record this portion of our interview. It's been a pleasure to speak with you and get to learn a little bit about your background and some of your work history. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. I see that you were an accounting and payroll specialist. It looks like for about 8 years. In New Jersey. Tell me a little bit about your job and what your day looked like and some of the skills that you picked up at that position.
Sure. I was doing my real estate work and it had gotten slow. And I found that I needed to find additional work. And I ended up hooking up with a dentist in New Jersey that had two businesses together, one above the other. I started doing payroll and making sure the payroll and the employees would have their checks on time, and then I would balance all the checkbooks and that type of stuff. And then, of course, I was his personal assistant, so anything he needed done, he was the boss. So I worked directly for him. There was no middleman. There was an office manager in the building, but I didn't report to her. I was strictly for him. So anything he needed done, it had to get done. So I would
Okay.
do. So I would basically do that and make sure all the employees were happy and all their information was accurate and who wanted to take money out for some like 401k and those things. So I did that and made sure
Okay.
everything was accurate.
Okay. And during that time, it looks like did you work with QuickBooks for that particular position?
Yes, I did. All the paychecks were made in QuickBooks.
Okay. And then we were talking a little bit about your AR experience that you said that you had, and that was in a previous position. What did you do with AR? And tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's been a while, but I know I did more accounts payable than
Okay.
receivable. So when I did have something that had to, well, if I did receive a check, I would just input it into the account where it had to be through
Hmm.
QuickBooks. So
Okay.
I was a little separate from the company itself.
Okay.
We were our own separate entity.
Great. So, what type of position are you looking for now?
I would still like to continue on with bookkeeping and
Okay.
even various work in between, with what they need in the office.
Okay.
So,
So, like office type work.
yeah,
Okay. And I have it noted here that you prefer to do, or you actually don't have a preference that you would be interested in full time or part time. Is that still
yes,
accurate? Okay.
yes.
Great. Wonderful. And then, if we were to call, your past employer that you worked at for 8 years, what do you think they'd say about you? What kind of
I
reference would they give me?
I think you would get a good reference for me, for me, I should say.
Okay.
Um, I know that they were very sad when I left.
Okay. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yes, because I
Especially
was
if you've
the
been there
only
that
one.
long.
Yeah, and I was the only one that was doing that. And they had to hire multiple people to
Okay.
take my job. It kept
Oh,
growing.
wow. Okay.
Well,
Well, that's a compliment.
I started out with it had the two companies in one building, and because I had real estate too, I actually sold the dentist another building. So there was there were two companies in there, and then he bought another company that had two more dental
Oh,
offices. So
wow.
he ended up with six at the end.
Okay. All right. And then you did some, was it property management as
Yeah.
well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I did that for
Now
myself.
you do. Okay. Are you licensed here in Florida?
No, I was in New Jersey, but I didn't
In New Jersey.
relicense down here.
Okay. Great. Great, great, great. All right. And you're familiar with Microsoft Office, Word, Excel?
Yes. I need a little brush up on Excel, only
Okay.
because I didn't use it enough. I was mostly, I want to say 80% things, everything was in QuickBooks. And then the
Okay.
office manager in the dentist's office, she would help me with the Excel pieces. So if I needed anything extra special, she would help
Okay.
me.
Great. Great. Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, don't hang up. We still have some more things to chat about, but this was just a quick little clip of the interview. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, but don't hang up. I'll be right back.
Okay.